Welcome to Mindset Now. I am Chad Martin along with Dr. Mike Cockrell and William Leishman. This is our new weekly podcast series where we focus on converting negative mindsets into positive ones. We will be bringing in different guests from time to time and covering many topics. So if you have a suggestion for a topic you'd like us to discuss, then send us an email to yourmindsetnow@gmail.com. So let's jump right into it and get started with our very first podcast. You know, we've talked about what law of attraction is,
right?
But let's talk about what it isn't.
Okay. First and foremost, what it isn't hocus pocus. It isn't magic. It isn't something that you can just expect to happen instantaneously in most cases. Now, there are some episodes where probably things will seem like they happen automatically and instantaneously, but there's very likely been sort of a trend of thought processes that have been going on up to that point to achieve that. You know, what everybody thinks, and this is probably the negative side of the secret, is that all I have to do is think good positive thoughts, put out there everything that I want, and lo and behold, there it is. All I have to do is sit in my recliner and wait for it to happen. That's not really what the law of attraction is about.
Sure, so, absolutely.
That's more like magic. And that's really not what we're talking about. What we're talking about when we talk about the law of attraction is the ability to fine-tune our thought processes. So along with that, and this is where you get into those people who are naysayers about it, yes, you have to change the way you think if you want to change the outcome of your life. And that's where the law of attraction comes into play, because it helps you begin to focus your attention, to target specifically those things that you actually want to achieve. And we'll talk more about this in some later segments too, but one of the things that I am personally convinced you have to really focus on is you have to focus on your emotional state. If you're in a state where you are angry, upset, unhappy, not satisfied with your situation, you basically have a bad attitude, all you're going to do is you're going to deliver more of that kind of stuff into your life. And so change happens incrementally. Very seldom do you take great leaps or quantum leaps in your life without having gone through segmental change in the process. It happens occasionally, but for most of us, what we do is we develop a mindset that starts attracting the things to us that we want, and that process may take weeks or months or years to actually get you to the end result.
Now, I think sometimes that may be why it's so hard for people to get behind those ideas, is because they want it right now. We're a right now society. That's how we think of everything. If it's not happening to me right now, then it cannot work. It's
right.
not working. If I want it now and I don't get it now, then it's no good.
Right.
We look at it in weight loss. We look at it in our health issues, just in everything that we do in business. How many people fail at business because they believe, well, it's not happening to me right now, so I'm not going to put in the work because it's not happening for me to build it and make it work. And you kind of talk about the same thing there as well.
Oh, it is. We're in a society of instant gratification. And unfortunately, instant gratification fails us 99.9% of the time. It does happen occasionally. Anything can happen occasionally. But if you really want to be successful, there's some key things that you'll have to do in order to put that in play. It's a process. It's not a wave your magic wand and make it go away. I have to remind patients in my clinical practice every now and then that I am a physician, not a magician. Because
exactly.
I can't wave a magic wand and just make everything right. There is no such thing as a magic pill. It takes a change in your thinking to elicit a change in your life.
And we're going to get into that in the next segment. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about how do you make the law of attraction work. All right, guys, we'll see you in just a moment.